The crystalline chamber of the Galaxy Council fell silent as Ambassador Kareem Hassan's lifeless body slumped against the execution platform. His crime: refusing to surrender Earth's mineral rights to the Zephyrian Empire. The council members, a collection of species that had ruled the galaxy for millennia, watched with cold satisfaction as the energy beam dissipated. "Let this be a message to all primitive species," declared High Counselor Vexthara, her serpentine form coiling with pleasure. Defiance equals death. What they didn't know was that Kareem had transmitted everything through a quantum-encrypted neural link to his partner back on Earth. Seelan Nakamura staggered as the connection severed, tears streaming down her face as she experienced Kareem's final moments through their shared neural interface. The underground bunker beneath Geneva buzzed with activity as Earth's finest scientists and military strategists worked frantically around her. "They killed him," she whispered, then louder. "They executed Kareem for refusing their demands." General Morrison, a grizzled veteran of humanity's colonial wars, placed a hand on her shoulder. "I'm sorry, Seelan, but his sacrifice won't be in vain. Did the transmission work?" Seelan nodded, wiping away her tears with mechanical precision. "Every detail of their technology, their locations, their weaknesses, it's all here." She tapped, the quantum storage device connected to her neural implant. Kareem made sure they paid for their arrogance with information. The Galaxy Council had made a fatal error. They assumed humanity was like every other species they'd encountered: weak, divided, and easily intimidated. They didn't understand that humans had spent their entire evolutionary history as persistence hunters, creatures who would chase their prey across continents until it collapsed from exhaustion. They had no idea they'd just declared war on a species that had survived ice ages, plagues, and global conflicts by becoming more dangerous with each passing generation. Within hours, the extermination protocol was activated. It wasn't a plan born of rage or revenge. It was a cold, calculated response that humanity had prepared for decades, ever since first contact revealed the galaxy's true nature. The Council's member species saw themselves as apex predators, but they had grown soft from millennia of easy dominance. Humans, on the other hand, had never stopped being predators. Dr. Sarah Chen, head of the Xenobiology Division, briefed the assembled War Council. "Thanks to Kareem's sacrifice, we now have complete biological profiles on all 17 Council species. The Zephyrians breathe a nitrogen-methane mixture, deadly to them if we introduce Earth's oxygen-based nanobots. The crystalline hegemony relies on specific mineral frequencies for communication. Disrupt those, and their entire civilization becomes deaf and mute." "What about their military capabilities?" asked Admiral Zhang, commander of Earth's hidden fleet. Seelan stepped forward, her grief transformed into cold determination. "Overwhelming but predictable. They've been using the same tactics for thousands of years because they've never faced real resistance. Their ships are large and powerful but slow to adapt. Most importantly, they've never encountered true human innovation under pressure." The Council species had technologies that were individually superior to humanity's, but they had become complacent. Humans had spent the last century reverse engineering captured alien technology while developing new approaches the galaxy had never seen. The first strike came 3 days later. The Zephyrian mining fleet at Kepler 442 simply stopped. Their crew compartments filled with Earth's aggressive oxygen-based bacteria, turning their methane atmosphere into a toxic soup. The survivors' distress calls spoke of invisible death that consumed everything it touched. The crystalline hegemony's communication networks collapsed next. Humans had developed quantum viruses, self-replicating programs that didn't just destroy data but corrupted the very frequencies the crystals used to think. Entire worlds of living mineral intelligence went silent, leaving behind nothing but inert stone. But it was the psychological warfare that truly terrified the Council. Unlike other species, humans didn't just fight, they adapted. Every defensive measure the Council deployed was analyzed, reverse-engineered, and turned against them within days. Human engineers worked in shifts around the clock, treating each alien countermeasure as a puzzle to be solved rather than an obstacle to be overcome. High Counselor Vexathera slithered through the ruins of what had been the galaxy's most secure facility. Around her, the bodies of her fellow counselors lay twisted and broken. The humans hadn't just defeated them, they had systematically dismantled everything the Council had built over millions of years. A shadow moved in the smoke and Seelan emerged, carrying weapons that shouldn't have existed, technology that blended human ingenuity with alien science in ways that defied the Council's understanding of physics. "You wanted to send a message," Seelan said, her voice carrying the weight of humanity's fury. "Consider this our reply." Vexathara tried to speak, to negotiate, but Seelan raised her hand. "Kareem offered you peace, trade, and cooperation. He extended friendship to species we'd never met, hoping to find our place among the stars." Her weapon hummed to life, reality bending around its barrel. "You chose to answer with execution. Now you'll learn why humans became the apex predator of their world, not through size or strength, but through the simple refusal to give up." The energy beam that ended the Galaxy Council wasn't alien technology. It was something entirely new, born from human curiosity and tempered by human determination. It was proof that when humans set their minds to a problem, they didn't just solve it, they transcended it. 6 months later, Seelan stood in the rebuilt chambers where the Galaxy Council had once ruled. Representatives from dozens of species filled the seats, former council slaves who had been liberated by humanity's systematic dismantling of their oppressors. "Earth extends the same offer we made before," she announced, Kareem's memory giving her strength. "Partnership, not domination. Trade, not tribute. We've shown you what happens when you choose war with humanity. Now we offer you the alternative." In the end, the galaxy learned what Kareem had tried to teach them. Humans didn't want to be conquerors. They wanted to be friends. But if you forced them to choose between friendship and survival, they would choose survival every time. And they were very, very good at it. The age of the Galaxy Council was over. The age of humanity had begun.